Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Heir of Nuln here, and I hope you all have a pot of Nuln oil ready and you're excited for some gun action. I am excited because I'm guessing someone is going to take all this gun stuff we go with Elspeth and they'll make a new version of that all-gun campaign, and we might have to do an Empire Guns campaign 2.0. But we're going to play some Elspeth Von Draken here, and we get to start with some Nuln Ironsides, which I'm excited about. It's going to be a tough unit here, good armor. They're going to hit hard from range. Should be a fun one, but basically like a more armored handgunner with decent melee here. Not amazing, but again, better than like a standard handgunner. Like, take a look here. Definitely more damage as well. So just a harder hitting handgunner. Then we got, of course, our Hellstorm rocket battery and a great cannon, which those in a starting army are going to be amazing. As far as faction effects, Nuln has access to the Imperial Gunnery School. So we can get access to unique unit upgrades and special units. They get faster research rate. They get a reduction in upkeep for gun units. Again, another good reason for us to have an all-gun campaign. And then we get double the experience gain for artillery and gun units in all armies. We're immune to vampiric attrition, so suck on that. I forget his name now. I'm about to say Malekith, but it's not Malekith. Suck on that, Vlad and Manfred, and Isabella and all the rest of you losers. And then we have a cooldown time reduction for Lore of Death, and then we have this Dark Walker, which is going to give physical resistance and Strider for 30 seconds. So pretty cool deal here. So let's go ahead and get this campaign started.
To die is to find eternal sanctuary. Safety from the horrors of this land. But to study death, to know its secrets, is to venture down a path that few dare tread. Atop her blackened tower, the graveyard rose, Elspeth Von Draken fights to protect the fallen, driving back the forces of evil. A perennial guardian of the Empire.
Beneath death's shadow, our enemies fall. The enemies of Wissenland shall embrace their mortality.
Indeed they shall, and they will embrace it with hot lead and some amethyst magic, so should be having fun here. Let's go ahead and take a look at things.
Engineer.
We've got an engineer hero that we get to join into our army immediately. Short range, huge damage, so this one should be a lot of fun. Mid-tier armor, very mediocre melee stats. I mean, very mediocre. So this is definitely a range support unit here, and should be interesting. It says ballistics expert, so it improves all nearby friendly missile units. And if we take a look at the skill tree, we do have a restock here, which this is a big deal. Being able to put more ammunition in the armies is going to make them obviously very deadly. We got black powder discipline here, which is going to increase accuracy, reload, triangulation, all kinds of good stuff here. Master of ballistics, which I'm assuming is one of the buffs. Yeah, so it's going to be an area of effect, passive, and then machinist preparations here. This is basic ammunition gains increased range and armor piercing, and then gains a short range explosive ammunition switch. That is going to be extremely exciting. So looking forward to that. A lot of cool stuff here. We get a mechanical steed mount as well, which is something new and should be fun there. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. We got extra powder here as well. Which is going to, again, help our friends do extra damage. So nice way to buff the gun lines of Nuln. Let's get the engineer to join Elspeth's army. Take a look at Elspeth's skills here. She does get Carmine, the dragon here. Sorry, Carmine dragon, which is going to be exciting, and it's going to make her really quite potent in melee, especially for a spellcaster. And it looks like, honestly, she's already quite potent in melee, just very low armor, but, you know, pretty decent melee ability there at 320 with armor piercing. So a bit of a hybrid, though. Again, that armor a little bit concerning, depending on what all kind of protections we get. Immune to psychology as well. a huge spell mastery. She's going to start with Spirit Leech and Aspect and Dark Walker ability that we saw earlier. So cool stuff there. We got the Frostfire Gem. It's a banner which enables flaming attacks on a lord or hero and enables Frostfire attacks to which makes a weakness to fire and slowing. So again, this can make someone more effective with that fire damage. We got the Everwood Root banner here too. So some cool banners and Doomfire Ring. So some cool stuff we get to add to the army. And then as far as skill trees go, it looks like we've got Unsettling Radiance, so Battle Healing Cap gets increased. That's pretty cool. And then we've got the Blessed by Shaiish here, which is going to increase Winds of Magic and Reserves. Advisors of the Nuln, which is going to give us extra heroes for the Engineer. It says cheaper recruitment cost and then an upkeep reduction for all the gun units. Then we got the Dark Lady here, which is going to give a Dark Walker a cooldown. We get this passive here, which is going to be 20-meter effect range, affects a maximum of 1 unit, but gives this Living Darkness, which is physical resist, and negates magical weapons within the effect area. So that's really cool. And then we got this Magisterics of Amethyst Order. This is going to be pretty cool. So it's going to reduce the cost of Purple Sun and make it cheaper and a lot easier for her to use. So she could be a blob buster with that and the dragon as well. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So some fun stuff there. And then the Nuln Gunnery School, which we'll go take a look at. It talks about it here. So I'll just go ahead and read through it so you all know all the functions here. It says the Imperial Gunnery School panel offers special upgrades for gunnery and artillery units in return for schematics. So schematics are going to be our our faction currency here, earned from the damage such units inflict in battle. So inflict more damage, get the schematics. I like that. It says clicking at the unit images displays each category's potential upgrades. So it's going to show us all the ones. And it says the list of units potentially to receive the displayed upgrades is shown on the right. And then each upgrade's effects are listed in when a category is selected. So it's going to tell us what level 1, 2, 3, so on does. And then it says each upgrade costs schematics to permanently add its effects to all the selected category units. And then it says some Imperial Gunnery School upgrades are available to purchase from the start, while more advanced ones require the school to be increased to a higher level. And it says the requirements to increase the Gunnery School are up here in the top left, and the associated rewards can be seen in the tooltips. And it says completing the Imperial Gunnery School's Tier 2 requirements unlocks the Amethyst Armory, where schematics can be spent on exclusive and limited Amethyst units and powerful restockable single-use abilities. So this honestly sounds a little bit like a Skaven Workshop for the Empire, and that's fine because the Skaven Workshop was pretty awesome. So I'm excited about this. So you can see here, we got to meet all the requirements. So for instance, for Tier 1, we got to have 3 units of the following type. You got to have Gunnery School upgrades, and we have to ensure that we have to build a Firearms Academy. So we've got some work to do before we can do any upgrades. Again, it says some of these can be purchased from the outset, which is the stuff that we have unlocked here at Tier 1. So like, for instance, Missile Strength for all Gunnery Infantry units, Speed and Strider for Pistoliers, extra Explosion Radius for Mortars. That could be a lot of fun. Monstrous Impact Attacks, reduced speed and charge for Great Cannon hits. That's really cool. Hellblaster upgrades. Now this is going to be exciting. Steam Tank upgrades. Yeah, this is going to be some good stuff. Land ship upgrades. So I'm definitely looking forward to all this. So the Gunnery School should be a lot of fun. And I don't believe we're missing anything else. We still got the Prestige system that we are familiar with, but of course, maybe got some slight tweaks here. Let's go kill some filthy vampires. Since we're kind of immune to all their attrition and stuff, this will be a lot of fun to go against vampires. Let's kick things off with some close-ups of the new units here. We have Elspeth Von Draken here. I really like the color scheme and kind of overall aura that she's emanating here. Very cool stuff. Kind of unlike anything we've seen. It's almost kind of like a mix of Empire and Vampire, obviously because of the death magic there, so that's going to be quite fun, but definitely liking the character model. We'll see how she pans out in battle. And here's our Engineer hero that we have here. So that's going to be fun for the Empire. Love the gun stuff. Should be fun. And then we've got our Ironsides here as well, which are going to be the one over here to my right. So these are the Nuln Ironsides. You can see they are indeed armored up a little bit, which matches up with their stats. And they are looking very cool, kind of like line infantry, which makes me wish that we had a Napoleon II Total War or some kind of Empire II Total War. So CA, please make that happen. All right, let's get this started. Kick things off here. Elspeth, there's her special ability, so we'll have to remember this because that's on herself. Let's target our units appropriately. I want my cannon firing at the crypt horrors, and I want my rockets. Ooh, that was brutal, and I am here for it. Let's go after the skeleton spears next. The rockets are just absolutely devastating, and I hate them when they're pointed at me, and I love them when I'm pointing them at someone else. I'm a little bit concerned about our line of sight in that current position. I'm going to swing to my left here, and I'm going to bring that engineer right into the middle of that formation, and then I'm going to put Elspeth back there as well. Okay. Our engineer only has 135 range, so he's going to be at roughly the same range. Ooh, it's brutal. I love it. Just going to send these vampires back to the grave. And then that should be helping us earn some, what do you call it? Earn some schematics as well. Oh yeah. Build iron sides, open fire. I love that, like multiple shots at once from the engineer. I'm gonna target the vampire leader here in a moment with that. I'm trying to get my guns some good hits. As they approach, let's target the vampire leader. I'm gonna start charging some units forward here. I'm gonna see what happens. Like, can we hit the vampire leader here? Score a good hit. All right, so we've got units moving up to intercept the vampires on the charge. We will want to probably cease fire with the rockets because we are likely to just kill a ton of our own troops. Same thing with the cannon. Let's go ahead and cease fire there. Some of my guns got caught up here. Let's send Elspeth and the engineer in there, and let's back these guns out and shoot those crypt horrors. Struggling a little bit with those dire wolves. My swords got scared away over here. Not totally surprising. I mean, state troops have their limits. And apparently that was their limit. Let's shoot these crypt horrors, point blank range. I don't know why these gunners are moving. Oh, brutalize that crypt horror. Our handgunners are going to come into fire there, but that crypt horror just got an absolute beating there. Like, we dished it out. I should get my swordsman back here in just a moment as well. Oh, Elspeth is getting worked a little bit here. Let's use her ability, give her a little bit of protection. Let's use her amethyst magic here as well. We're being chased. The vampire lord is trying to get us, obviously, because we're at a disadvantage. I cannot get Elspeth away here. She just kind of keeps bumping back into stuff. Look at that vampire lord just doggedly chasing me. He's getting shot, though. There we go. All right, I got Elspeth away. I did not expect her to be very survivable in battle, and indeed she was not. Oh, executed the vampire lord there. Nice finish. Well, this Nuln Ironsides pack a wallop, and I like it. Like I said, I'm looking forward to another all-gun campaign. We picked up 105 schematics. It's exciting. And as far as our option goes, we can get extra experience, the replenishment, or the treasury, which is pretty standard there. I'm going to go ahead and take the replenishment. We're going to push forward. And we're going to take back over Dotternbach here. Picked up a special weapon there as well. We'll make sure it's equipped. All right, so we took the settlement back from the vampires. This is, it's marked here by an Empire region, so we're wanting to take it. Obviously, it's going to be important to us. We got the Gardens of Moor, which I'm looking forward to as well. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Is our... Oh, yeah, I was thinking my camera turned. It did. Kind of looking at this from a different angle. There we go, Dotternbach. So we got our settlement. We need to build this. This is one of the requirements for our next tier of the gunnery school, but obviously it offers us Witch Hunter and some other cool units here too, and ultimately even better gun units, which I again am here for. Very excited to have. Thinking whether we really need defenses at Nuln. We probably don't immediately need defenses there because of what we're surrounded by. War wagons would be a fun pickup, as well as mortars, especially since we can get some upgrades on those, and those are thematic to this campaign. We already have a wizard, so we don't really have to rush the Wizard's Conclave. Cavalry would be fun, but not exactly thematic here, so I'm going to stick to the Nuln theme we're going to really go gun focused here.
Von Draken,
And let's look
wielder
at
of the
Elspeth,
pale
and we're
side.
going to drop our first ones here, as is pretty typical for basically any lord.
For Noun's ends.
And then we've got Survivalist immediately, as well as increased mobility, so both of those should be handy. And let's take a look at our recruiting capability. We have Amethyst units, none of which are available at the moment. We got Amethyst Ironsides, that should be fun. Amethyst Outriders, Amethyst Landship, and Amethyst Hellstorm Battery. I would love to have any and all of those. And we, of course, got our Elector Count State Troops here. It says it's locked until Spears of the Empire technology is researched. So it's going to have us go after that with certain research. And then we've got the Regiments of Renown. So we should have tons of fun units. Let's go look at the tech tree here. So when they said Spears of the Empire, enemies of the state, Imperial colleges, cavalry, missile, artillery, war machine, state troops. So they require a lot of money. Since she's not using the electric count mechanics, makes sense. These are going to be in here, and that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So we can get to those eventually. We just have to have a lot of money to be able to research those. So going after some money would be helpful. Now with the Empire, I like to work on grain silos because it gives us growth and replen rate, and then supply wagons, and then colonial factors. That's kind of my favorite starts with them, but of course you can do as you please. Let's get into the recruit units. We've got global recruiting available, and we have the local, obviously, in Wissenland. I think to be thematic, we definitely have to recruit Free Company and Pistoliers. I'm going to try and have as many guns going as I can here just for fun. All right, our enemies crave more gunpowder. They may not crave it, but I crave giving it to them. So let's move on to Wissenburg and free it from the Court of Night here. I mean, I can't help myself. I want to get some more gun close-ups here, so I am going to go ahead and fight this one. The battle begins. I'm going to give my cannons an attack order on the Lord, and I'm going to hit the skeleton warriors. And I've got my pistoliers up here trying to stir up some trouble. There we go. Immediately hit those bats. The bats are going to be very quick. Probably faster than my pistoliers, and certainly capable of causing me some fairly atrocious damage. Oh, direwolves. Crap, 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 crap. Trying to run. Direwolves got a bit of a head start on me there. They're going to damage me up pretty good. I'm going to make a run for this spearmen over here and see if we can lose the direwolves there. They may kind of peel off and go for my guns here in a minute, but they should rout quickly because they've really got no good option. There we go. Yep, so that's going to be the direwolves. Get off! Pistoliers are very vulnerable. I was a little bit hasty with them there, and we paid some price for it. I'm not terribly surprised. Our guns, though, woo! And Gunner's already wreaking havoc on the bats in a manner in which I am pleased. Those direwolves will get cut down by our spearmen with shields, and the rockets have already landed some big hits. I'm going to actually target my rockets up the hill here. Cannon, getting some decent hits in on the enemy lord there. We have laid waste to the middle of the enemy formation. Again, I'm here for it. It's going to be a numbers game, though, here. The vampires certainly outnumber me. If we can kill their lord, though, this battle will end relatively quick. We're getting some painful volleys in with our guns. I think we can probably get... Oh, I hit a tree over there. Let's maybe fire a shot off over here. I'm going to put these guys into a skirmish mode so I don't forget about them. Let's pull our guns back behind the line. And the same thing with our engineer, just kind of keep him safe. So we're going to pull behind the line. Let's charge the vampire ranks. Got one more good rocket shot off over there. We need to go get after that vampire lord. I'm going to take my handguns. Oh, perfect hole right here. So there's kind of some gaps in the enemy lines. My free company actually can position right over here quite perfectly. And I'm going to put my iron sights into this gap right there. Start doing a little bit of... Oh, man, our rockets are destroying our own people. Ay, 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 ay. Easy, 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 rockets. Easy. I don't know if we can get a good shot at the enemy Master Necromancer. I'm going to try it. We do. Nice. He's going to get utterly assassinated here. bring our engineer up a little bit closer and see if we can get some good shots with him too. So if we get rid of the Master Necromancer here in a hurry, let's do an aspect Red Knight right here. Oh man, rest in pepperonis, you sweet Necromancer. He is in trouble. I'm gonna turn the Ironsides out here. The rest of the Vampire army are probably going to flee hastily. Our Pistoliers out here, our Free Company Militia got perfectly positioned to just dump shots into the side of the Spearmen, though they weren't firing for whatever reason, so I'll give them a cue, and they should start landing some big hits here. The Ironsides. I love the Ironsides. Let's cease fire with the cannon. It's doing some friendly fire here as well.
Over there.
Man, yeah, the Ironsides are such a satisfying unit. That big old, I don't know if it's, I guess, flintlock rifle style that they're firing there. Oh, man.
Spot us the target.
Gruesome. All right, so another decisive victory. We're going to pick up another good number of schematics here. We got 104 more. We might have enough for some purchases here. I think we do, in fact.
The Empire
Let's occupy Wissenburg. Secured Wissenland on the whole, so we have access to marble and iron for trade, which should be handy. Honestly, being able to recruit some state troops is probably a good idea as well. I'm not sure if that's what I want initially at this moment, though, because I do have access to Free Company Militia. I may go ahead and drop that and then just get a hold of some marble and try and take advantage of the trade a little sooner, but I like that we have access to the iron already. Let's, in fact, go out to the diplomacy tab here, hit the quick deals, and no one wants to trade with us initially, which is kind of surprising because we actually have a trade resource, but Sterling would like to be friends, and they do want a trade agreement because of that, so that'll work perfect. They have wine, I have iron, and then we'll be trading the marble soon as well. Let's propose that offer. Flensburg looks like it is uninhabited at the moment, so that might be a fairly easy grab. We might be able to leverage that to get further agreements with Stirland, or just keep it for ourselves. It doesn't have anything of super interest, but I think we'd be better off to just go for Fyledorf here and secure it. If we take a look at what we're going to need next, I still have a decent bit of infantry. Honestly, I'd love to fill in some more Free Company Militia and Pistoliers. The harassment from the Pistoliers would be quite fantastic. And then let's look at skill points for Elspeth. Pistol Corps obviously makes a lot of sense for where we're headed, so we should probably focus there. And, we've got Imperial Gunnery as well, which would make a lot of sense. Let's go to our Engineer. None of the special stuff open yet. Piercing shots, fleet-footed. Okay, all this is focused on him, not the army, but still, nevertheless, let's go with piercing shots. Just increase missile strength. Why not? So looking good. And then let's go to the gunnery school. We do have some upgrades available. The first of which I think makes the most sense to put it on the gunnery infantry. So this is going to impact the Hergig Jaeger Corps, Hochland rifles, the Amethyst Ironsides, handgunners, Hochland long rifles. It's going to get the regular Free Companies, our Ironsides, the special handgunners. This one's the Surefires. Man, those guys are fun too. Regular Free Company, and then the Silver Bullet handgunners, all of which are awesome. So let's make that upgrade. It's going to give 10% missile strength.
Such boundless skill.
And then this one here gives, honestly, speed and Strider for the Pistoliers and War Wagons is going to be pretty good. So I think that would be another pretty sweet upgrade. But of course, the Great Cannon upgrades would be pretty awesome too. So weighted munition here, so it enables monstrous impacts. And then the explosion thing, I really want to see the explosion radius, but that might be a really cool one from the War Wagon mortars since they're a little more mobile. So lots of good stuff potentially coming our way. We got the prototype field coat, Mark. What is that, Mark 14? Extra ammunition, fire resistance. Man, that obviously would go very well on our Engineer. So let's stick that on him.
Lady of Shaiish.
Missile resist. Yeah, that is a sweet armor for him. That is fantastic. Messenger, different ones here. Magic items. No other magic items. Go to Elspeth.
Uncovering the arcane.
Put the Zealot there.
I must keep my weakness for arcane trinkets.
All right, so we need to issue a commandment and then end our turn. Control and tariff increase. Income from all buildings. Growth, which is probably handy here early, so recruitment capacity can be handy at times as well. I feel like we are free to attack Piledorf here. The enemy really doesn't have much
Rider of
to
the
hold it.
dragon
And then Steingart would be our next objective, and we'll start moving in towards Sylvania. We want to keep the Greenskins pushed to the south, and we want to keep Sylvania free of
Amethyst
vampires
Rage,
as best we
The
can.
graveyard rose.
Let's go ahead and maybe drop one onto Imperial Gunnery School
I
there.
must study this.
Let us go ahead
Amethyst
and
Guardian.
attack Piledorf. I just don't really see much reason to wait. They do have a decent garrison, actually, but they're not going to have any other armies to help them out.
Lady of Shaiish.
So if we come in and siege them, like even if it looks bad initially, we can just kind of continue the siege, and this will look
The other
really bad
side
for the vampires
beckons.
here in short order. Let's go ahead and get our marbles so we can increase trade. Now let's take a look at technology. We actually have a whole bunch of money right now. Unlocks the following Electric Count State troops, Swords of Ulrich. Now that would be sweet. But honestly, the Marksman of the Empire, so we can get the Stir River Patrol crossbow and the Gunnerman Surefires. Ooh. Riders. Oh, Machines of the Empire unlocks Electric Count State troops, Sutzen's guns, the mortars, and the Sutzen's guns don't hurt friendlies. That's right. And the Emperor's Wrath steam tank. Ooh, man, those are super good for this one. The Gunnerman Surefires are too, but
We need
sorry, can't help
all
myself here. That's a
these
lot of
if we
money
are
to pour into this
stand
early,
against
but
the
it is
old
just
foe.
too tempting. All right, we finished the Machines of the Empire. Attack. Let's take a
For
look, by the way.
Sigmar and Verena.
Well, we have to be in friendly territory, I think, to look
I
at it.
foresee-
Piledorf is now pretty ripe for the taking. It says we would lose a Spearman, but that doesn't really seem like a big deal. I'm just going to auto-resolve that, and we will replace it. We need to do some recruiting anyway, so I might sit here a couple of turns. We destroyed the Courts of the Night. Let's take a look at
Wielder
this.
of the pale scythe.
Oh my gosh, we can already get the Emperor's Wrath and the Sutzen's guns. Oh. The upkeep is going to be brutal on the Emperor's Wrath, but it's so going to be worth it. Oh no, we can only get one. Too expensive for us to get both. Okay, that makes sense. The Emperor's Wrath is incredibly expensive.
Join me, for the pillars of the world tremble.
Oh, look at that. We've already got the Emperor's Wrath. Our army is going to be absolutely grotesque in
Draken.
terms of gunpowder strength here. I'm going to do another point here into Pistol Corps.
This
We are very low
belongs
on money,
in
though, so we're going to have to
archives.
just end the turn. Let's take a look and see whether or not anybody else is willing to do a trade agreement now as well. Quick deal.
Ready.
We're a little weak
Yes.
at the moment because of all the losses in our army, so it may disincline
time?
some of these
Sick?
people to deal with this.
What? Yeah. Who called? What?
We're just going to leave it be. No one's wanting to deal with this yet. I guess they're scared of the Amethyst Lady and her gunpowder. We'll find out soon enough. We didn't finish Grain Silos, so let's go ahead and finish that
New
one real quick.
knowledge is crucial
And
for
we have
our
a skill point
elucidation.
here for our engineer. And we are going to, let's put that into increased mobility and end our turn. All right, we unlocked the Gardens of Moor. So let's go check that
The
out.
gardens of Moor are bastions of solitude in this dark world, where my arcane research and rapid transposition are made manifest.
So I guess this is like her evil rose garden. I'm looking forward to this. So it says, as part of her arcane learning, Elspeth spends time roaming between her black towers situated within the Gardens of Moor. Her magical storehouse travels with her, imbued with ancient magic of Fosric, to transport her forces and coveted artifacts. As friendly or neutral Empire-owned settlements known to Elspeth can be selected here to construct up to 5 gardens and more. So she can put these different gardens in. It says once constructed, Elspeth and her army can travel instantly to a selected garden by the fast travel. The Garden of Moor also offers powerful buildings viewed in the province overview panel. Select any existing garden for the option to deconstruct and make space for gardens at a different location. So teleport available, build available. We need money, which I spent it all on a steam tank. So we will build the Gardens of Moor once I've earned the money back from my absorbent spending
As fate
on steam
requires.
tanks. Oh man, leave it to me. That is too funny. It really is. All right, I need to step over.
Dark Lady of
I hope
Nome.
these jerks don't attack me on this turn end. This is a bit of a dicey situation, really. I don't want to be recruiting via global. It's going to hit me more for some money here too, but I can't not have Sootsen's mortars. I mean, we've got a very gun-centric army going right now, and I'm here for it. I need to get rid of those greenskins, but I think I'm going to wait a turn. Let's start the supply wagons work here. And then we'll want to do some research, obviously, on guns, because why not? We've got 327 schematics. I think we need 350 for these upgrades. We need just a little bit more by way of schematics to get our next upgrade. And I'm thinking, I mean, a mortar upgrade would be cool for Sootsen's mortar, because it wouldn't hurt our own troops, and it increases the explosion radius. That would actually be pretty brilliant. If Garrison Lord's not moved, that's understandable. Building upgrades. So at Filedorf, we have a special building here that gives a lot of wine resources. Ooh, that is a nice go-get there. But we don't have hardly any money at the moment. There's not a whole lot for us to build that makes sense other than some growth and replen rate. We desperately need both. Right, the greenskins have not left. They're sitting right next to Filedorf, which, by the way, has a garrison now as well. Not a huge one. But I say we go put the Emperor's Wrath and our new Sootsen's mortar to work here and cause vicious gobspit to be spitting up blood here. Let's declare the war. And not likely, meaning you're not likely to survive, pal. I'm about to start the battle. I've kind of deployed my forces in this opening here because I feel like it gives me really good line of sight. My reinforcements are a little ways off, but I should be able to hold a pretty strong position here, especially because of the Emperor's Wrath being here. My own infantry, though, is going to be at a great disadvantage against Savage Orcs, so really quite frightening. I'll have to run my guns back, too, after the battle joins, but I do have a bunch of Pistoliers over here ready to start the harrying of the enemy troops just immediately. So I'm going to run these troops over here. And then my artillery should be opening fire. Again, pretty much near me. Oh, it's going to hit right there into that choke point, too. The rockets are going to be absurdly effective. And here comes the Sootsen's mortars, too. Oh, yeah. Good. Oh, crap. I ran the wrong direction. Run. Run, you fools. Run with all your speed. Those Savage Orc cavalry are going to chew me up if I don't get back to safety. I'm going to try and draw them across my gun units. Steam tank already out front doing some good damage, so again, let's try and draw those units across my guns. Hopefully we'll get a few more shots. Keep running, you fools. Alright, I'm gonna run my cavalry back. The enemy infantry draws near. I'm gonna take the steam tank and just plow ahead into melee and see if I can fix some of these enemy units. Need guns. Come on, run back. What did we get hit by over here? Did that unit get hurt? Maybe it was just damage coming into battle. Unfortunately, that Boar Boy unit didn't rout. So I'm going to have to fall back with some of my guns. My engineer is stuck out front. We don't want to leave him there. The steam tank, I'll bring it over to see if we can cause additional damage. My reinforcements have not yet arrived. Fall back here. We are going to get overrun in a big hurry here. In a big hurry. Sorry, I'm going to pause it real quick because I need to take the Sootsen's mortars and start firing them into this blob where it makes the most sense. I'm going to start eating away at the enemy lord here. And then our steam tank really needs to get after the enemy lord as well. And then as far as our cannon and our rockets go, let's hit these archers out here where we're not going to have the friendly fire. And then our remaining Pistoliers need to find a flank and park themselves on it and try and cause some additional damage. Let's go ahead and get things going here. And then handguns and our iron sights. I don't know what kind of targets they're going to be able to pick up. I might try and target the enemy leader here. Let's try and keep Elspeth a respectful distance from all this. Don't want our fair lady getting shot up. Let's bring our cavalrymen back down here. We are getting some shots in on their lord, and if we can take their lord out, that'd be a big deal. Steam tank, though, is having an effect here, too, that I'm going to turn on this. Oh, yeah. Nice explosion there. That's going to help a lot, because, again, the numbers game, definitely not in our favor until these reinforcements arrive, which I've got them running this direction, by the way. Alright, let's keep after those Savage Orc heirs. That steam tank is utterly priceless right now. It has gotten so many kills. My guns are picking at the enemy leader. And I should be able to get another... We are about to have big problems over here on this flank. I'm going to have to get over here and start firing into the back of these Savage Orcs. They are ripping through my Free Company militia. Again, utterly unsurprising that they're effective over there. My Ironsides are now engaged too by Savage Orcs. Let's throw them some help over here. Reinforcements will arrive, but possibly too late. The enemy Lord has been routed. I might have Elspeth chase him for a minute because I really need the steam tank to come shore up the front of my line. We've got serious issues now. Okay, I've got to keep these units on a skirmish mode. So we'll tell them to keep their distance. Okay, what's going on here? Engineer in to help. Reinforcements, you guys really can't get here fast enough. The steam tank's gonna really be kind of our only hope. We're gonna have to just kind of keep it rolling through enemy units as best we can. We're getting completely overwhelmed now. Let's move these guys back. We cannot let their lord come back routing. We've got to chase him all the way off the map. And I'm gonna bring these Pistoliers back in here. We're gonna lose our Hellstorm rocket battery here because it wouldn't run away and it just got absolutely hosed. I don't know, maybe we'll save it. The enemy just hit a wall, but I mean, everything's still leaning against them heavily here because I've got the steam tank, which is completely unstoppable at the moment. I think we lost our Hellstorm rocket battery. That is just terribly sad.
Taking position!
They got caught up in that melee. I should have retreated those artillery units as we started to get overwhelmed. We killed the enemy commander. These guys are on a skirmish mode, so do your thing in skirmish. Like I said, the steam tank is utterly unstoppable. I don't want to lose my Ironsides or my engineers, so let's go give them some help. And let's bring these guys in and just come in and attack immediately. I've got my crossbows in range. Alright, I've got units coming in to try and help my engineer. I'm going to take the steam tank this direction. I'm going to try and save my engineer. He's getting killed in this fight. There we go. That was a big hit, and I think it may cause a chain rout in that vicinity, which could save my engineer here.
Yes, General! Moving now!
Chasing off my Free Company militia. I'm not surprised. Let's go lend Elspeth a hand. I've got units coming back from routing. Our engineer did survive. The steam tank is just crushing greenskins at this point. I was hoping the greenskins would have routed a little quicker and a little easier than that, but I'm not exactly shocked. They're huge in numbers, and that is very typical for the greenskins to do what they do, which is just continue to come back for more. Seconds, thirds, fourths, whatever it is, they're always looking for more. Let's end this battle. Oh, we somehow got to keep the Hellstorm battery. Thank goodness. Praise Sigmar. We got a whole bunch more schematics here too. I'm gonna take the replenishment because we obviously took a bit of a savaging. That was so many Savage Orcs, but that was a fun battle. And the Emperor's Wrath there just completely clutched that. I don't think we win that without the Emperor's Wrath, unless I had put together with my reinforcements, and then maybe we would have at that point. But, you know, again, still would have been a close fight. Let's finish up Survivalist. Let's put more into piercing shots here. Let's go back over to Elspeth. We're going to max out Pistol Core. Just going to increase ammo and pain inflicted by our gun units. I am very much looking forward to that. The Ironsides now with a bruising 42 missile damage. We can't get more Ironsides soon enough here, folks. Like, that is an absolute necessity. We don't have a whole lot else we can do this turn. We really need to be replenishing. I don't know, though. Vicious, they're going to still have a big army there. I really want to be back here recruiting. Let's go ahead and come back into this vicinity. Let's grab... We can get more units into this army. I'm very, very gun heavy at the moment, but I don't care. Like, it's kind of fun. Like, I kind of want to be this gun heavy at the moment. I'm wondering whether the Pistoliers are worth it. Let's try some War Wagons. Let's have a good time here and throw some War Wagons into this and see how much damage they can do. I haven't used them in a long time. That missile damage, though, just looks absolutely brutal. And then they have 42 armor. So let's maybe grab a War Wagon. I think I might merge Pistoliers, make it 2 War Wagons.
Of the Graveyard Rose.
Yeah, let's make it 2 War Wagons, 2 Pistoliers, and then I'll grab another Free Company Militia or something to kind of round it out, and we'll try and get some upgrades. Anyway, good start to the campaign. A lot of fun. Hopefully you all are enjoying this so far. I know I am. Let's go to the gunnery school here because this will increase the speed, give us Strider and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and upgrade the gunnery cavalry, and then we'll make an upgrade on our other units. I really want to try out that mortar. That could be really interesting. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out. I'll be back with some more coverage of Thrones of Decay soon, and see you then.